Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Andifika Naurawardah. I'm from the class Popular Literature. This is the final project of Popular Literature, and this video will discuss about the Brimstone novel on its popular element. First of all, I will explain the synopsis first to make you understand the story in this novel. Brimstone is a novel from Martin Koolhoven, and he is also a Dutch director and screenwriter. Internationally, he is best known for Signal Paradise in 25, Winter in Wartime 28, and also Brimstone, which were his first movie in English. This novel tells the story of a daughter named Joanna who in her childhood was always persecuted by her own father, who didn't have a conscience like a real father. His father was a priest, so he always based his deviation on sacred matter, the doctrine of God commitment, and always based himself in verses in the scriptures, so no one dared to refuse. And even he was willing to punish his wife by flogging and beating her if she disobeyed his orders. In the end, after Joanna was unable to bear this life, she decided to go far from her father's life. While away from her father, Joanna became a night woman who served a rich man, and in the end, Joanna had a good friend named Elizabeth. She always helped Joanna in any case, and in the end, Elizabeth's tongue was cut by friend, a bar owner or woman boss, for disobeying the man who wanted to hire her. After that, Joanna was hired by a man, but Joanna didn't want to, and suddenly Elizabeth wants to kill him and save Joanna, but Elizabeth was killed, and then Joanna killed the man, and the man was a priest or her father actually. And after that, Joanna went and she cut her tongue. She cannot speak, and then she changed her name. Joanna became Liz. After that, she was married with a widower who had one child named Ellie and son named Matthew. After marriage, she has a daughter named Sam. Unexpectedly, their life to be not good because a priest or Joanna's father was always follow Joanna everywhere, and in the end he killed Joanna's husband and Matthew. And then Joanna and her daughter survived, but but Sam, Joanna's daughter, was whipped by the priest or Joanna's father, and Joanna was tied up with a rope so that she cannot help her child. But in the end, Joanna can remove the rope that ties her hands, and Joanna killed her father by burning his father's body, and then she shot him. After that, Joanna was arrested for murder in the past, and she left her daughter with the people. And while in the middle of the sea, Joanna was killed because she fell into the sea. Okay, now let's discuss about the popular element in this novel. The first is the novel of popularity. In this novel, many people like it, and then it is developed into the movie with a very high potential, and even this movie won the Golden and Platinum movie, the Netherlands in 2017, and also nominated the best movie at the London Movie Festival and Venice Movie Festival in 2016. The second is artistry of escape or escapism. What's interesting in this novel is the story because it is start from living with suffering, and then rise from a time of suffering, and finally can be free without distraction, which make the story in this novel very interesting. The third one is about the hero. The hero of this novel is Joanna. She is a woman who is very brave and struggle dealing with all problems, such as how difficult her life is, suffering from the action of her father being beaten and whipped, like being tripped like a non-human, and then she run away from home. Looking for freedom and over her suffering. And then Joanna got up, and then she being a night woman, or she being a prostitution to support herself. And then there is a very extraordinary thing, especially she is a woman, and she can do all that with a strong determination. And then the plot in the Brimstone novel is told at the beginning of Joanna's childhood, but in the Brimstone movie, the plot is unexpected because in this movie divided the storyline into three scenes by displaying them in orders, telling from the middle first and then to the beginning of the story. Speechless is retaliation. This flow makes the audience feel curious because the plot is unique, like typical of good Hollywood movie. And in this novel, the cover is very interesting and maybe one of the attraction to the reader. And for the choice, the word is fairly easy, so that one is not too difficult to understand the word in this novel. Next, character and characterization. The writer makes a unique character like Joanna, a beautiful and kind woman, but life is full of torment. Then she cuts her tongue and unable to speak and becomes mute. Even she doesn't like her past. And then on Joanna's father character. He was initially told to a mysterious figure who was cruel and full of life to achieve his desire, and he always guides Joanna wherever she goes. And the conclusion on this novel is a novel is very interesting to read, especially if we watching the movie really makes the reader or the audience feel curious about what actually happened, and certainly this novel is very exciting, starting from the past, conflict, and retaliation. Okay, that's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.